Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're giving love back to the developers by looking at 10 games kept alive by fans. Once a developer stops updating their game or throws in the towel after launch, there's only one thing that keeps the game relevant, and that is the fans. Let's see which games we will not let die. Before we continue, we publish content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified of our latest videos. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. There's a lot of ways a game can be kept alive and a lot of ways a game can stay relevant, but Ocarina of Time seems to survive purely out of fan love. And 25 years on, that's a really beautiful thing. The game had been revitalized through 2 re-releases for the GameCube and Nintendo 3DS, each featuring the challenging Master Quest mode. Admittedly, this isn't totally the choice of the fans, but demand does produce content. Then there's the more modern introduction of streaming and speedrunning, which has further fueled interest, making Ocarina of Time a staple in both communities. With a thriving speedrunning scene and a bustling Twitch presence, the game continues to captivate audiences worldwide. It also enjoys regular appearances at major gaming events, and my basement. I play video games in my basement. Super Mario 64.
It's me, Mario!
We're getting these 2 entries out of the way early because they survive and thrive in gaming communities from essentially the same sources, streaming and speedrunners. Obviously, the games are also just top to bottom fantastic, but there's no denying that speedrunning fans have kept both Ocarina of Time and Super Mario 64 alive and well. Super Mario beats out our previous entry though, as it takes the record for the most played speedrunning game of all time, proving that there is still a solid and dedicated interest in the classics from gaming fans. Realm Royale. Realm Royale experienced a meteoric rise upon its initial release, captivating players with its Battle Royale gameplay and fantasy elements, a combination we had yet to see in the aggressively oversaturated Battle Royale genre. However, the game's rapid ascent was followed by a significant downturn as issues with balance, bugs, and a lack of updates led to player dissatisfaction and a decline in player numbers. And as we all know, nothing kills a Battle Royale game faster than a lack of players. It's a snowball effect that has killed hundreds of similar titles. Through dedicated community engagement, transparent communication, and a willingness to iterate, Realm Royale began to regain traction, attracting both returning players and new players. When fans get around a game, most developers will see that, and this time it really worked out. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. While CSGO may not match the sale figures of Call of Duty or the cultural impact of Overwatch, it undeniably hosts one of the most robust competitive scenes in gaming, steadily expanding each year. And also, Overwatch. That game can suck my big toe. Live streams of top-tier events featuring elite players consistently attract tens of thousands of viewers, and tournaments like ESL boast million-dollar prize pools, cementing CSGO's status as one of the most lucrative titles globally. In January 2019, the game reached its peak with 20 million monthly active users, doubling its 2016 figures. But wait, there's more. CSGO's popularity got more intense in spring 2020 when it surpassed 1 million concurrent players on Steam, solidifying its appeal in the gaming universe. Also, my brother has about 6,000 hours in the game and it only dropped in 2012. So if you do the maths, he spent almost a year of the last 12 years playing Counter-Strike, which is alarming. Doom. Not a lot of games have been kept alive by meme culture, but Doom could definitely credit it a little bit. Whilst also being bolstered by a dedicated fan community, it has inspired a meme culture where enthusiasts attempt to install and play Doom on unconventional devices ranging from calculators to smart fridges, which is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Yet even more remarkable is the ongoing creation of mods, many of which surpass the scale of the original game. The creativity and passion within the Doom community ensures that its legacy continues to evolve and thrive in the ever-changing landscape of gaming. And yes, I feel like I just intellectualized Doom. The Simpsons Hit and Run. Does this entry need explaining? Not only is it one of the best television/film tie-in games ever made, but it's one of the best games ever made, period. It has managed to stay incredibly relevant in a culture that has outgrown its technical capabilities, whilst managing to still to this day receive no re-release outside its original game. This lack of re-release has hindered and helped as it builds a community of shocked fans who continue to wonder why this cash cow isn't being milked, but also it stops new gamers from experiencing its mastery. A YouTuber by the name of Rubes has an entire series of videos on remaking the game, and this only continues to fuel the fires of anticipation for the game to be available on modern consoles. The Elder Scrolls Morrowind.
You want something, friend?
Prior to Skyrim and even preceding Oblivion, Morrowind stood as the cornerstone of the Elder Scrolls series. Renowned for its expansive lore, open world, and visual aesthetic, Morrowind laid the groundwork for many of the lore and gameplay elements that players have seen in later entries. Like other titles on this entry, Morrowind has a thriving community of modders and developers, contributing to a vast library of thousands of diverse mods. Additionally, it remains a focal point for fan-based remasters, like the infamous Skywind, which aims to recreate the whole game in the Skyrim engine. Throughout the decades, Morrowind has retained its momentum, maintaining a dedicated following and solidifying its status as a beloved classic within the open-world fantasy genre. Mass Effect 3.
How bad is it?
Bad. We just lost contact with 2 of our deep space outposts.
Despite receiving a remaster in the Legendary Edition, one significant absence disappointed longtime fans of the series, and that was the multiplayer mode. The original Mass Effect 3 provided an engaging multiplayer horde mode experience, allowing players to experiment with various playable characters as they faced waves of enemies. While the absence of this mode may be felt by players of the remake, there remains a vibrant community eager to engage in multiplayer gameplay still in the original game. Surprisingly, this community remains more active than that of Mass Effect Andromeda, showcasing the enduring appeal and longevity of Mass Effect 3, or alternatively, the showcasing of just how f***ing shit Andromeda really was. StarCraft II. As an undeniable cornerstone of esports, this undying Blizzard game has had a wild journey from its beginning to today. As one of the few games on our list that has created professional careers for players, it has amassed a horde of followers. It wasn't until a decade had passed that developers declared an end to new content releases for StarCraft II. While its single-player campaign shines, the multiplayer arena undeniably serves as the life force of this mammoth of a game. With a die-hard player community and continued prominence in numerous gaming tournaments, it's challenging to envision its demise. Toontown. You guys know how much I hate to use the word whimsical, but there's no denying that Toontown was a whimsical MMORPG. Developed by Disney, it captivated players with its colourful visuals and light-hearted ambience, swiftly becoming a cult favourite. But oh no, sadly, the game's servers ceased operation in 2013, 10 years after its launch. Luckily for fans, almost immediately following its closure, dedicated volunteers launched Toontown Rewritten, a fan-based revival. This iteration has persisted over the years, receiving regular updates and maintaining an active player base. And you know what? Disney has been oddly okay with this. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MojoPlays and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of our latest videos.